Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for this is your July bonus reading. So happy birthday to July Leos out there. You have this full moon in Libra. It says win-win outcome is forecast. You have this new moon in Cancer. It says you and your loved ones are safe. So, and here you go. You have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is an amazing card for family, loved ones, people you care about, all that other stuff. So, if you're worried for some reason, I do feel that a little bit, that some of you could be like, and this might only be for some of you, that you're like worried about family or something going on with family, but it looks to me like you're safe. So wouldn't even worry about it. I definitely feel that you are attracting more win-wins into your life, which is weird for Leo because I don't think you've had very many win-wins for a very long period of time, right? I think that for a long time, it's like you've been questioning whether or not you can win. And, that's kind of like the energy I'm getting off of this reading. Like, I don't, it's not, maybe things haven't been like awful, but I definitely feel that some of you have been questioning, like, can I win in life or not? And that is the question that I get. Again, you start with the Ten of Cups. This is coming up in the area of your current general energies or how you enter into the reading. I'm doing a Celtic cross, so the first card is how you are entering into the reading. The Ten of Cups is like fortune after difficulty, Leo, so there could be a lot of benefits or improvements coming in for you. You could also just feel like this month feels like fortune after difficulty, which is also great. The Ten of Cups is also happy home, happy family. So, like I said, if you have a family, and you have the Six of Cups, you have the Empress, these are all very good nurturing energies. So, for those of you in connections or who have a family, these are very good cards just in general that could lead to a lot of happiness. I also feel that for some of you, there is like some sort of fantasy that you're trying to make a reality here, plain and simple. It's very obvious to me with this reading. Especially with that Empress, it's like, Empress, she is doing something very easily. All she has to do is wave that scepter in front of her, and the wheat in front of her will grow. And so she is trying to grow abundance, but sometimes I think she is trying to grow something, like a fantasy or something that she wants to see be a reality. And that's like the feeling I get here, is like you have some sort of fantasy, like these people do, and you're trying to make it real. Your crossing energy, which in the Celtic cross, the crossing energy can be what hurts you or helps you, is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands, it can represent conviction, but it can also say, as a crossing energy, it can say that you're wondering if you're ready for something. He has a shoe and a boot on, or two different shoes on here, and it kind of says that he feels like he had to rush out of his home on the Seven of Wands. So, basically the Seven of Wands says that you might not feel ready for something when you actually are. And so I don't know, I kind of get that feeling for you, Leo, where it's like you might have your eye on something that is a fantasy, and it could be a big dream, like starting a business or having a family or whatever. And I feel like you're as ready as you're going to be. And the Seven of Wands is like saying the time is now. It is time for you to make the move. A win-win outcome is forecast. You will win. And you need to make the move so that you can win on something here, Leo. And that's what I'm getting. The other weird thing that I never say this, Leo, but he has like 1 foot over here. He has 1 foot over here and this water flowing between him. And it's almost like, it's like some of you I feel like are about to do a split. It's like I feel like just intuitively, I feel the card is saying that the two lands are splitting. It's like there's a decision that has to be made. You're going to have to like go one direction or the other. You're going to have to go towards the fantasy or away from it. And you have to make the choice. And that's what I see in my head. It's like the land is splitting and you have to make a decision here. So I would make it happen. Next, in the area of what's on your mind, you have the Queen of Swords. I really like the Queen of Swords, especially in the area of what's on your mind in a Celtic cross, because, this part of the reading is what's on your mind, or the area of your thoughts. And the Queen of Swords is very clear for the first time. She has clouds only halfway up her body, so she sees what she wants more clearly. She has her hand up and her sword up. She's willing to receive, but she's kind of like cautiously optimistic. So I feel that mentally you are ready to receive something, which is good. I also feel like there's a major focus on the truth for you here, Leo. A lot of you, I do feel that for you, but I feel this is kind of like going to be happening over the next year. Maybe like all of, the rest of this year and all of 2026, basically. I feel that there could be a lot of truths coming in for you just about like everything. I don't think this is good or bad. I feel that you're, just learning the truth about a lot of different stuff. And, I think that in some ways this is a little bit of reality. It's kind of funny. It kind of makes me feel like the tower should have shown up in this reading, because the tower can be a reality smackdown where it's like all of a sudden we see reality for what it is, right? But maybe that's why it didn't, is because, the tower can be all at once. Queen of Swords would be more gentle, where it's like you're getting some realities one after the other. Some of them are going to be good truths. Some of them are going to be truths where you were wrong about something. Some of them might be uncomfortable truths. It's going to be all over the place. But I definitely feel a lot of truth here. Next, in your foundation, you have the Hermit. The Hermit says you have everything you need. I feel like you're over-prepared, Leo, for something. He's been through a dark night of the soul, and he's found his inner light now, but he needs to come down from the mountain. I always say that, this isn't accurate tarot, but I feel like his next steps are to come down from the mountain and to show the world what he's made of, and to, do what he needs to do in the world. And if he does that, he will be very successful. So, I feel it's time for you to come down from the mountain and kind of like make things happen. He's kind of like the wise old man. He has this gray cloak, the gray beard, the staff, the light, and all of it represents knowledge and wisdom. So he has like so much knowledge to share with the world, but he's not sharing it by like teaching it. He's sharing it by living his life, by putting what he's learned into practice. And I feel like it's time for you to do that here, Leo. It's time for you to be the example, which I know I always say to you, but part of me thinks that Pluto and Aquarius, it being your opposite sign, it's like your time to shine. Next, in the area of the past, this is the energy of what you're moving past. You have this turtle spirit, says slow and steady wins the race. You have this fox spirit, says think on your feet. So yeah, all that is true. I think you are taking your time, and you have taken your time, but I think you're ready to move, is what this is saying. It's like you're ready to make your moves. You're ready to, bring something into existence in the world. The fox spirit is about being quick on your feet, of course, but it's about seeing all the different ways there are to do things, which always comes up for you, Leo. I mean, you always get like the Seven of Swords. You don't have it in this reading, of course, because I'm trying to prove a point, but all those cards kind of represent finding the best way to do things. And I think being flexible and being adaptable is kind of like the trick here. You have the Knight of Wands, who is adaptable. He's coming up in the past, though. So, again, I think your adaptability is, maybe you're bringing it forward with you. But again, maybe you're not having to be as adaptable as you once were, which could be a little, could be good for your mental state. Not always having to be on edge is a good thing. I also feel like things slowing down in a good way in your life. If there have been things that required a lot of your attention, especially certain challenges over the years, I feel a lot of these challenges are kind of lightening up. I don't know. It's kind of weird because normally the Knight of Wands would be a card of speed, and you do have the Knight of Swords showing up here. Knight of Swords is a very hasty energy, but for some reason, with him in the past, I feel like things are slowing down. But I feel like it's a very specific what is slowing down. Like I said, it's it's like challenges that are slowing down, or the need, sometimes if you deal with an issue in life, it requires a lot of attention, and I kind of feel like that's what's slowing down. You're not having to give problems so much attention. It's like they're not dominating your life anymore, which is good. Next, in the area of the very near future, you have this card that says, today is the day. It is time to begin the journey. Are you kidding? There you go. I'm pretty sure you had this card with me in one of your last readings, if I'm not mistaken. You have this let go of the past. It says it's time to envision a new story. So yes, today is the day to start something. And again, if you're watching this before the 17th, it's still before the retrograde. So, I would definitely, if you're thinking about getting started on something, I would get started now instead of waiting until after the retrograde. So I would make your move. But today is clearly the day. Also in the area of the very near future, you have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups can be a gift from the universe. Usually the gift we receive from this card is a turnaround. So the Six of Cups can say that we're bumping up against an obstacle, and then when we get the Six of Cups, we can overcome the obstacle. But I kind of feel like this is like a wish, even though that's not what this card means. I feel intuitively that some of you could have something that you've been wishing for with that Ten of Cups, and I feel like this is saying today is the day. You might as well go for it right now. This is something that you want to protect, I feel, as well. The Six of Cups is a card of protection. These children are inside these castle walls. They're being guarded by this guard right here. So it's almost like something is divinely protected in your life. It's meant for you, whatever it is. It could be part of your dream with that Ten of Cups, or part of a fantasy, with the Ten of Cups and the Empress. It's clear to me that this reading is saying that you're manifesting some sort of fantasy. And I don't think it's just one thing, though. It's not like a fantasy as in just love, right? There's a much bigger picture element to the reading, Ten of Cups. So, which would be, tens are much bigger picture. They're like kind of like building, leaving a legacy. Like the Ten of Pentacles really is the card of building, leaving a legacy, but Ten of Cups is somewhat similar. So I feel like you're much more focused on like the big picture here. You have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles could be... I'm sorry, actually, we're going to come back to this because in your outcome row, you have this Scorpio card. It says the Underworld. It says, awaken your inner witch and maximize your potential to connect to the universal energies. You always get these messages of really needing to trust your intuition, so yes. You have this entanglement card. It says, if you realize that you're in an entanglement, it may be time to move on or take a break. What I'm getting on that entanglement card is that it would be better to, like, sunk cost fallacy is really what I'm getting, is that, some of you might be invested in something, and it would be better for you to pull out, in a lot of ways. I just feel like this isn't going to be true for all of you, but for some of you, if you're thinking like, oh, if I stick with this, it'll get better or something, it's like saying no. And that's very specific this for some of you. So I think it would be, especially if something isn't working, right? If something is working, totally different story. If you're putting energy into something, you're getting something back, different story. But again, if you feel like you're wasting your time on something, I feel like this is saying you are. And you need to, it would be better for you to pull out of it than it would be to like stay in it. In the area of the next few months, you have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles can be like good news or something coming, good coming in for you. I also feel that this could be a new person. So if you're looking for love, we do see like a soulmate here with the Ten of Cups, the Six of Cups. Someone finds you attractive with the Empress. The Page of Pentacles could definitely be an Earth sign. You always get Earth with me here, Leo. So whatever. It could also be an air sign. You also have air showing up here. But the Page of Pentacles would be someone who's like probably, I don't know, I feel like this is a chatty person if I'm being honest. Like but that could be a good thing. It's like this person probably has plenty to talk about. You won't be bored with this person, that's for sure. Like if you go on a date, usually people like that, when I get this type of feeling, it's like this person isn't going to ask you the same old boring ass questions on a first date either. It's like they're not going to be like, oh, how was work today? Like, do you like the weather? Boring ass stuff like that. I feel like this person's like much more exciting, so definitely could be a good person to get. I also have a very weird message that I'm going to give you here, Leo. Follow the instructions. That's literally the words that are popping into my head with this card. Like, if you are doing something where there is a set of instructions, I am getting that this month you need to follow the instructions. Do not ignore the instructions. Do not ignore the instruction booklet, right? If you are building something from IKEA or something like that. I don't know. It's popping into my head. This could be the same thing. Like if you're doing something in work or business. I cannot tell you how many times, like, I'm not picking on anyone here, right? But like I, work with my top secret group for YouTubers, right? And many, many times people will say to me, I did what you said and it didn't work, right? And then when I look at what they did not follow the instructions at all. And then I'm always like, well, you didn't actually follow the instructions. You went off and did something that you thought you should do. And whenever they fix it, it works magically. I'm like, yes, because you followed the instructions, right? And so sometimes, and again, I'm not picking on these people because I am totally that type of person where I just do whatever the hell I want, right? Which it, has created a lot of headaches for me. So I feel like the Page of Pentacles is saying, don't try to reinvent the wheel. If you're doing something, and if you just stick to the way to do it, things will work, especially if there's like a set of instructions. There you go. Next, in the area of your closest relationships, you have the Knight of Swords. I do feel like someone could be rushing into your life. I think it was Libra also had the Page of Swords in the same position, so it could be a Libra that some of you are attracting. Could be any sign, general reading. It could be a person who has Libra in their chart or something. I do feel like it could be moving quickly, and normally I don't like the Knight of Swords, but I actually like it in this situation. Again, sometimes I do think that if it works, it works. There's really nothing to say. It's like sometimes I think if a relationship is meant to work, it just works, and that's it. Whether it moves quickly or slowly doesn't matter, right? Now, I will say it is a Mercury retrograde, so with Mercury retrograde, we really want to pay attention, but I still think this could be good. The other thing is you always get this card with me, and it is coming up in the area of your closest relationships. Knight of Swords is my card of someone rushing in saying the sky is falling, saying there's some sort of issue or a problem going on in life and you need to take care of this right now. I would be very careful of trusting people who, like, it's not even like saying these are bad people. It just basically says, think before you react. to things this month. And as long as you do that, you'll be fine. Next, you have the Two of Pentacles in the area of your future feelings. It's like all of a sudden you get very busy this month. I feel like this month, July, even though I'm releasing this on July 7th, this video, it doesn't matter. I think that like maybe towards like you're more like towards like the 24th, like the new moon time frame, that you are going to be very busy. I feel like you feel very busy to me. All of a sudden, it's like there's something to do. There's something to get prepared for. There's something to be excited about. I don't know. I feel very good about this. It's almost like you're preparing for a party all of a sudden, you know? It's like, or like a, you know, a dinner party or something like that. It's like the reason I'm saying that is because it's like I feel like you're doing a lot of things. Like you're cleaning the house, you're getting your hair did, you're you know, buying a new dress if you wear a dress. Even if you don't wear a dress, maybe you're buying a dress. You know, I'm not here to judge. So you know what I would say is like you're doing all these things, right? You're putting all these pieces of the puzzle together. It feels exciting to me. It feels good. It doesn't have to, like, I don't know that it is a party. It could be like in your business or your career. It's like all of a sudden you have to get all these things together. It feels like a little bit of a rush, but it feels good. So, I don't know. I feel good about this. There you go. You have the Empress. The Empress, of course, is attraction. So you could be attracting a lot of good things into your life with the Empress. You could be attracting a lot of abundance as well with the Empress. So I feel pretty good about this Empress energy. And, you know, the Empress is like abundance. So like I said, I feel like you could be attracting a lot of abundance. Definitely could be very attractive at this time. I do think fire signs kind of glow right now. I think that, you know, everybody might be jealous of fire signs in the near future. So, you know, I don't know. It is what it is, right? So if you're lucky enough to be a fire sign, there you go. I also think that people who have like fire in their chart, like if you have like a Venus in a fire sign or something like that, that could also be making you more attractive. If you're a fire sign with a Venus, like Jupiter or Venus or Jupiter in a fire sign, extra bonus for you as well. So you could be noticing that a lot of people are paying attention to you. People could be staring at you, all sorts of stuff, right? Enjoy the attention. With the Ten of Cups and the Seven of Wands, yes, you have the Two of Cups. It's like you're as ready as you're going to be, Leo, for love. You know, I feel like I've been saying this to you for weeks. So, you know, definitely could be a very strong connection coming in for you, but it's like you have to accept it. Well, you don't have to do anything. You can do whatever you want. But, you know, again, if you want it, I would definitely allow this into your life. Very chatty, like I said. The Two of Cups is definite communication. You know, this right here is the Staff of Hermes, which is Mercury, which is communication. It's funny that it's Mercury retrograde as well. And so this could be a very chatty person. The Two of Cups is also you and your higher self, and we do have some like spiritual cards here, so I would make sure that you're also like listening to your higher self, tapping into your higher self energies, things like that. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is stability. I do feel like you could be creating a lot of stability in your life at this time, like stability and growth, which is amazing if you're doing that. I would also be patient at this time. Like, there's something about patience. I don't know. I don't really look at the Four of Pentacles as a card of patience, but it is saying that to me. You know, one thing I will say, here, let me put it this way. I don't really like the Four of Pentacles for the most part because he's holding on too tightly to something that no longer serves him. For whatever reason, I feel like he's good for you. It's like, you know, he has these two pentacles under his feet, this one over his heart and this one over his head. For whatever reason, I feel like this is saying that you are in alignment, Leo, with like what you want in life. It's almost like you're like grounded, but you also like have the vision with the Ten of Cups. Like your heart is in alignment with your head, and I think that could be leading to a lot of success for you. So like I feel good about that card. With the Hermit, you have the Five of Swords. Yes, it's time to take a risk. You have to take the risk of making something known, is basically what the Hermit says. You know, the Hermit is hiding something, but the Five of Swords would be taking the risk to shine your inner light. You always get the Five of Swords with me. I'm always saying it's time to take a risk, Leo, so there you go. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Sun. Best card in the deck, so, you know, very positive, even though it's coming up in the past. Definitely could be, the sun could be shining on you, and you could be getting a lot of attention and standing out, which is good. I also feel like you need to do more things that bring love, joy, peace, happiness into your life, especially with that Six of Cups as well. It's like the more we take care of ourselves and do kind things for ourselves, the better life will go with those cards. So that's what I would be doing here. With the Six of Cups, you have the Six of Wands. Love it. If you've been watching me for a while, you know I love two sixes. To me, two sixes says you're going in the right direction. You're doing the right things that you need to do to be successful at this time. So, you know, Six of Cups, Six of Wands can be, you know, a victory, success coming in for you. Two sixes is like confirmation for your path. It basically says you're going in the right direction. I also think you need to, like, it's like you need to stand up and be seen, you know, with that Six of Wands. he is getting attention, but he's like putting himself in a position to get attention. And this could be anything for you, Leo. It could be love, could be in money, could be in business, but it's like you have to do things to get attention. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Wands. Yes, someone finds you attractive here, Leo. I mean, it's kind of obvious because of the Empress card also showing up here. But the Queen of Wands is a card of seduction. And so, in a lot of ways, I feel you could be attracting someone that you're very attracted to. I feel like they're very attracted to you. It's like both ways, which is great. The other thing here, Leo, is that you could be getting started on something that you are attracted to. She has this sunflower right here, and the sunflower points towards the sun. So she moves towards things that bring her love, joy, peace, happiness, all those other things. And she might not be exactly sure how she's going to accomplish her goal, but that's the whole point of the Queen of Wands, is that she might not know how to accomplish what she's trying to accomplish, but she needs to do it anyway. And that's exactly what I would do with that Queen of Wands. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Nine of Cups. Yes, you've asked for this. I've been saying this to you for weeks, that there's something you've asked for that's rushing in. It's like it's here. It's like right on your doorstep, Leo, but you just have to grab onto it. Definitely could be a wish. The Nine of Cups, I do feel that you need to realize that you are a much better match to something than you do realize as well. It's like, this could be anything. It could be love. Like maybe you don't realize like how much of a match you are to a person or a place or a thing, and you just need to realize that you're a perfect match to something. Same thing with like business as well. It's like maybe you think you're not very good at like a business or something that you want to do in business, but if you were to actually do it, you would see how good you are. It's like maybe you don't realize that you are a natural at something. Again, I was a copywriter for many years, and I'm terrible at writing. I always thought I was bad at writing, right? But what happened is many years ago now, which I can't believe, I was like, I was working on a marketing project, and I had to do the copy for this marketing project because there was an issue with the person who was supposed to do the copy. So they threw me to the wolves, and I was the one that had to do it. Right. And I did it. And like a bunch of people emailed me, and they were like, this is the best copy I've ever read. And I was like, what? Like, I'm a terrible writer. Like I always thought that I was a terrible writer. And then I ended up becoming a copywriter because of it. Right. And, the thing I learned is that actually you don't have to have perfect grammar. You don't have to be very good at spelling to be a copywriter. And, that's why I was good at it. So, like I kind of feel that for you here, Leo, where it's like you could be discovering something that you don't really realize that you're good at. And it's like it could be very random that you discover that you're like a perfect match to something. And I feel like you need to embrace it. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. And so Seven of Pentacles, he's looking at those Seven Pentacles, and he's saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? And the answer is, I don't know, Leo. You could be looking at something you're growing or working on or creating, and you could be deciding, like, is it worth it for me to keep working on this, or is there something better? I'm pretty sure I've said it to you before that, Two of Pentacles can say that something is getting harder for you to ignore. It's like there could be something that you want in life, and it could be calling your attention more, or it could be standing out to you more. And like, I really don't know how to say it other than if something is calling your attention, move towards it, right? With the Empress, Nine of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy, so, it kind of makes sense that would come up there. But Nine of Pentacles is a card of gratitude, luxuries, having the finer things in life. And the more grateful you can be, the better. So I would be focusing on gratitude and the nicer things in life with those cards. But very good. You have this Casket card. It says something going out of your life or the end of a situation. Don't be afraid to let things go. I think a lot of people need to get over this right now. There are like little things that we probably wish we could still do that we can't. And I don't have a good example. It's like they're just like, I think there are just certain things that we could be nostalgic about. Six of Cups. It's like, I used to be able to do my job this way, and it used to work so easily, and blah, 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 blah. And so I think a lot of us could be holding on to like things that make us feel nostalgic. It could even be like the way that we used to live. I think it's kind of funny because I think even a lot of you Leos, like let's say you're young. Let's say you're in your 20s and you're not old like me now. And like you could be saying to yourself, like, I wish things were the way they were when I was 12, or like 16 or whatever. It's like, I think a lot of people are going to have that energy right now. And I think we just need to realize that we actually are stepping into a better time. We just have to let go of the old ways. And if we do that, things will go well. You have this, but here's the other thing I want to stress as well, is that I also think the universe is trying to get us to stop waiting for things. Like you could be feeling old even if you're not, and the universe is like what are you waiting for? Like why aren't you going and getting? You might be saying I wish I was younger so I could go do this, and it's like the universe is saying like why aren't you doing it right now? And I definitely get that feeling. You have this bag. It says something important such as a new job or a raise. Yes, money looks amazing for you here, Leo. You have this bear card that says danger, especially in money matters. Again, money looks good, but I would still pay attention. I've been saying for years that, money is changing, especially it will change at the end of the year, once we really get into 2026, because both Neptune and Aries will have moved back into, Saturn will have moved back into Aries in February of 2026, by February of 2026. And so I think we're going to see some major financial changes either by the end of the year or kind of like the beginning of next year. Something is going to happen, mark my words. And we just need to pay attention. I wouldn't worry about it. It's just like don't spend all your money in one place. You have this whale. It says, great worry over nothing. There's no reason to worry. I also feel like some of you are putting too much pressure on something. Like if there's something you want, like love or a business or whatever, it's like you're making it 10 times harder than it needs to be. For sure. I think you just need to go for it because it's going to be a lot easier than you think. You have this jug. It says lighthearted, carefree time. Yes, you always get these cards of being lighthearted, being carefree, being playful. I think the more you can do that, the better. So there you go. But this looks very good, Leo. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.